He doesn't seem to take a hint, this guy.
Was 2021 the worst year in Star Wars history? I will offer compelling evidence that yes, in fact, it was the worst. I wish circumstances were otherwise. No one wants to celebrate the franchise more than me. But Star Wars fans must face a hard truth. The preceding 12 months opened wounds, and, though fans vote with their money and eyeballs, the mouse can't seem to take a hint. Welcome to Galactic Initiative. I'm your host, Jeff. While enduring the Book of Boba Fett's collapse, I reflected on the past year of Star Wars. Side note, my review of the book Chapter 7 will premiere in a week or two. My reflection led to this video. The first Star Wars film opened in 1977. Thenceforth, years have passed without shows and movies. Some years, like 1978, 1984, and 1985, yielded a bad Star Wars show or film, specifically the holiday special Caravan of Courage, Droids, and the Battle for Endor. But excellent toys, games, and comics from the same time mitigated the damage. Obviously, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi built the franchise in the early 1980s. The original Kenner line, 1978 to 1985, was epic. The late 1980s contributed very little, but didn't harm the brand. Some years, like 1989, featured next to nothing. No show or film, no comics, few toys. The 1990s were full of good Star Wars. The special editions, Legends novels like Heir to the Empire and Shadows of the Empire, video games, comics, and of course The Phantom Menace. The early 2000s produced classic Star Wars too. Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, the Clone Wars animated series, prequel toys and comics, more outstanding Legends novels like Shatterpoint and Labyrinth of Evil, The Force Unleashed, Knights of the Old Republic, and the original Battlefront video games. Then, in 2012, George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney. Since the mouse excommunicated the extended universe, the novels and comics have been terrible. The Force Awakens sparked a box office and toy resurgence in 2015. Rogue One continued the swell in 2016. But all forward motion ceased with The Last Jedi. I know many people will argue 2017 was the worst year in Star Wars history based on that film alone. A bad year without doubt, but not the worst. Battlefront 2 and Rebels Seasons 3 and 4 softened the blow. Solo, an oft-debated movie, premiered in 2018. I enjoyed the film, so for me, it offset trash like Resistance, Forces of Destiny, and The Last Shot. The Katana, Jabba's sail barge, was crowdfunded through HasLab. Prior to the rise of Skywalker, an undeniable train wreck, 2019 had been strengthened by Jedi Fallen Order and The Mandalorian. 2020 brought The Mandalorian's second season with the restoration of Luke Skywalker. And so, we reached 2021, the worst year in Star Wars history. The High Republic began in January. After reading its numerous novels and comics, I declare Phase 1 of the publishing initiative a failure. If sales and reviews are indicators of quality, most Star Wars enthusiasts agree with me. The creators displayed with each installment their ignorance and/or contempt for George Lucas's galaxy. Modern sensibilities crept into the fictional realm. Perhaps the High Republic will be redeemed at some point, but most of its initial releases weren't fit for a dumpster fire. In February, a source from Lucasfilm leaked information to The Hollywood Reporter. The Disney division would no longer employ Gina Carano due to her posts on social media. Her political views and refusal to bend the knee for her critics angered the company's leaders. Despite other actors from other Lucasfilm productions posting controversial POV, Carano alone suffered dismissal. She wasn't aware of the decision until the article appeared. The embarrassing, hypocritical circumstances resulted in more backlash aimed at Lucasfilm and Disney and removed a key character from future Disney Plus series. The Bad Batch, or as I call it, the Omega Chronicles, debuted on May 4th. A Special Forces squad of defective clones adopted a mysterious young clone whose intelligence and maturity far exceeded her age. The show wandered aimlessly for much of its run, all filler, no killer. It could have explored the burgeoning empire in a meaningful way, but became, instead, 4 men and a little lady. Its answers to intriguing questions like what happened to the clones and how did the Empire come to rely on stormtroopers were disappointing for their lack of attention and imagination. Again, if views and reviews are indicators of quality, The Bad Batch was a letdown. Watch my full review, I posted a link in the description. The hyped War of the Bounty Hunters comic event, May through November, was a dud as well. It told a ridiculous version of Boba Fett's delivery to Jabba the Hutt. The bounty hunter temporarily lost Han Solo, frozen in carbonite, to Crimson Dawn. In the climax, Crimson Dawn's leader, Kira, dueled Darth Vader and survived. No force powers, no contest. And more Beta Fett to come. The miniseries was an insult to knowledgeable fans. Maybe its inadequacy should have been foreseen because its author kicked off the High Republic too. Visions, an anime collection, premiered in September. 9 short stories from 7 Japanese studios. A few bright spots in a dark period. However, engagement was low. The abridged, unfamiliar style hurt the narratives. Expectations exceeded views. The project had potential, but overall didn't attract a large audience. In October, Disney renewed Kathleen Kennedy, the underperforming president of Lucasfilm. To date, neither has released an official statement, yet reports surfaced in mid-November. Why wouldn't Disney applaud such a move? What's the big secret? Well, Kennedy's poor administration has broken the trust between executive and fans. Ironically, news of Rogue Squadron's delay ran side by side with Kennedy's renewal. Writer and director Patty Jenkins took an ambiguous leave. On account of creative differences and/or scheduling conflicts, the movie was indefinitely postponed. I suspect it will never reach production. And speaking of things that will never be made, HasLab's Black Series Rancor failed to reach its target in December. Check out my video about its crash, I posted a link in the description. The Rancor was HasLab's first Star Wars bust. Its predecessors, the Katana and Razor Crest, were major successes, earning over $14 million combined. Finally, 2021's singular live-action Star Wars show, The Book of Boba Fett. Most of it streamed in January, but it launched in December, so it deserves consideration here. As I said earlier, I haven't finished my review of the finale. In short, Frankenstein's monster is a fair comparison. A series constructed of bad storylines, cobbled together for minimum coherence, and unleashed upon an unsuspecting world. Perhaps in like manner it will haunt its creators. 2 of its 7 chapters were worthwhile. I pray the rest will be forgotten with time. Boba Fett was assassinated not by his enemies, by his writers. A quick recap. The High Republic, Gina Carano's departure, War of the Bounty Hunters, The Bad Batch, Visions, Kathleen Kennedy's renewal, Rogue Squadron's delay, the BS Rancor, and the Book of Boba Fett. Dear viewers, the sum of 2021, the worst year in Star Wars history. If I missed a success or failure, let me know by leaving a comment. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and explore the channel.
Galactic Initiative is not authorized or endorsed by Lucasfilm Limited. The name Star Wars and all related materials are registered trademarks of Lucasfilm Limited, a subsidiary of the Walt Disney Company, all rights reserved. Galactic Initiative is a registered trademark, and other product and company names are trademarks of their respective holders. Use does not imply affiliation or endorsement.